Hi, welcome along to another edition of All Guns Blazing, the podcast, along with DT. You're in the building, you behaving yourself?
Never.
I ask you that every week, you behaving yourself?
I can never behave, man. I can't do it. I don't know. It's
Nobody been attacking you on Twitter, no one after you, nothing like that?
Oh yeah, people are always after me. Especially with the events of the last week or so. International break was a good time for me personally. I actually thought it was, for most Arsenal fans, I think it was a good time. And I never thought I'd say that.
Grenfell Tower thing.
Yeah.
I know you was down there now. I saw you, a picture with Mourinho. What's
Yeah,
that
man.
all about?
Cheers for that, Robbie. Started your mean to go
Picture
on.
with Mourinho.
Yeah, no, listen, right? Do you know what it was?
What's going on, man?
Listen, right. It was, people that don't know, right? Charity match for Grenfell.
Yeah.
And if people don't know what Grenfell is, it was the towers that caught light. So many people lost their lives.
Terrible.
Now, there's a lad that was actually in the flats who plays for ArsenalFanTV. And a few of us have become really close with him. He's a really good lad. And he was involved and he was actually playing. And him and two other lads came on in the 80th minute to signify the 80 people that have lost their life.
Wow.
The 80 people that,
It's more than 80.
Yeah, we won't get into that.
Yeah.
But, and it was something that we was invited down to. It was something that, that it was such a tragic event, man. It could be any one of us. And there's women, children, old, young, from all walks of life, from all races. And it's just, in British history, that's right up there with one of the most tragic. So it was nice to be involved and to, show support and go down there and everything. And, what happened was I was in the box at QPR and everything. And me being me, when you say, can you stay out of trouble? Got to half time and Emil Sande and Rita Ora were performing on the pitch and everything. And I just sat there and I looked at Troops and I just went, back in a minute. And he looked at me like, where's he going? And I've just disappeared. And obviously we had passes so we could go where we wanted. And I went down and the next thing I ended up in the tunnel. And the players are all coming out for the second half and everything. And I'm chatting to David Seaman and a few others and everything. And then the lad from the actual towers was there and everything. And he was like, come with us. Go on, just come pitch side. I was like, yeah, all right, then no worries. So come pitch side. I'm standing there. Next thing, someone's nudged me. And they went, look to your right. And I just looked to my right. And Jose Mourinho's there just limbering up, stretching his groins and stuff. And I thought, any other circumstances, I would have been saying certain things to him and asking him certain questions. But do you know what? It's not the right time or place. You're there for a certain reason. Respect that. So I turned around and I said to him, I said, make sure you're stretching that, and he just looked at me, laughed. And I said, surprised you're talking to me. And I looked at my top because I had my Arsenal shirt on. And he pointed out Arsenal and everything. And I said, why do you hate us so much? Having a bit of a laugh. He said, I don't hate you. I said, all right, come on. Let's have a photo.
It's Wenger.
Yeah, I was like, come on then.
You've got something in common.
Yeah, well, there you go. So I was like, come on then, let's have a photo together then. Let's have a photo together. And he was like, yeah, no worries, not a problem. So we had a photo together. And do you know what? The thing is as well, right? I got more respect for him for that day because he gave up his day. He came down there. On that day as well, there was a Manchester United Legends match. And he missed that, came down. Plus he was doing a lot of work. Playing in goal. And there was, and behind the scenes as well, because I was behind the scenes. And I saw him doing some bits and pieces with disabled children and stuff. My nephew was mentally and physically handicapped until he passed away 5 years ago. So that kind of thing touches me. That's really
so
kind of. Listen. At the end of the day, someone even turned around and said to shut up. Someone even turned around and said to me, "You'll be calling him Jose. You're a CUNT," and I said, "Yeah, I will be." When but for 5 minutes. You can put rivalries aside. You can.
Yeah, listen, in these sort of circumstances, rivalry go right aside.
Exactly, because there's more important things to worry about. And if I'm sitting there worrying about the fact that he's the Manchester United manager and he's wound us up so much and I don't like him because of all them type of things, and I'm putting that ahead of real dramas, real tragedies, real life problems. What kind of man am I? You know, so sometimes you just need to be the bigger person.
It wasn't like a lot of people were suggesting that you're sucking up.
It's nothing like that at all. Troops was there as well.
Sucking up. Yeah, look at DT.
Listen. Troops got moved by security from pitch side because he got caught on Sky One cameras, right? And they got a little bit shook because they were like, ArsenalFanTV are here. Oh, they were thinking we're going to run on the pitch with a banner or something. So, you know, if Troops wasn't asked to move along, he was going to have a photo with Jose. At the end of the day, like I said,
mad respect for Mourinho.
There's times and places, and
and he, like you said, he gave up his time and all
exactly.
that.
And you can put rivalries aside for 5 minutes. At the end of the day, put it into context. He hasn't killed no one. He hasn't, killed my family, or he ain't done nothing that's so.
Now, Arsene Wenger hasn't killed no one either. He hasn't killed your family. He hasn't killed nothing. Now
he's ruining my family though, because Arsenal are my family.
As you read about the transfer window, Ivan Gazidis come out this week, sent a memo around to all the staff, proclaiming it was a fantastic transfer window, that they've strengthened the squad, they've strengthened the depth, and he does believe that it's a squad that can challenge to win the Premier League. Now, what have you made of it? I mean, I've met a lot of very upset fans over the past couple of days who've not been too happy with that. What have you made of that? I mean, what have you made of David Ornstein's comments where he said, and remember David Ornstein's pretty close to Arsenal, gets pretty, information straight to him, where he said that Stan Kroenke basically is not looking to spend any of his own money on the club, and Stan Kroenke is looking at the Leicester model and saying, listen, we can win the league without spending the amount of money that the Manchester clubs spend and Chelsea spend.
The Leicester model, which was just a freak, it was a one-off. It ain't going to happen again. The guy's not spent a single penny since he's been at Arsenal of his own money. So why does it surprise you? That didn't come as any surprise. I wasn't even going to get up in arms about it or go completely over the top, make videos, go mad or anything, because I've heard it all before. I'd make a video and be more shocked if he said he was going to spend his money, because we've seen no different, Robbie, in how many years? Do you know what I mean? So
was it a good transfer window?
No, it wasn't. Shocking. One of the worst we've had. I'd put it right up there with a year when we only bought Petr Cech and no outfield players. And it's, one of the biggest myths is people say Wenger's going to do a madness. When has he ever done a madness? Where is this myth that he's done a madness? A madness is PSG.
He done a madness when he bought, what's the name, had it broken back.
Yeah, that was a madness. But you know what I mean? My idea of a madness is going out and buying Neymar and Kylian Mbappe. That's a madness. Yeah, the only time Wenger's
he said he tried to get Mbappe.
No, but the only time he's ever gone out there and actually gone boom and flung a load of money on a load of players at one bulk amount was that last day on the transfer window when he brought in Mertesacker and Arteta and Andre Santos and stuff. That's not madness. Do you know what I mean? They're not mad. That's not like, if he would have gone out there, you got Kolasinac, you got Lacazette, but then if he would have gone out there and brought a Van Dijk, and he would have brought, someone like a Seri or Nzonzi,
Lamar.
Then you
said we were going to. I won't forget the Lamar thing.
But yeah, you know what I mean? Then you could sit there and go, yeah, it's a madness. Yeah, it is a madness. But you look at him, you're watching him bid 92 million on the final day. I'm not an idiot. You're not an idiot. No Arsenal fan, well, some are, but fans have seen it all before. We know the only reason why you were bidding 92 million for Lamar is because you was just about to sell Alexis to Man City. No other reason. If you were going out there and spending that kind of money on Lamar to add to Alexis, we'd say, all right, cool. Yeah, now you mean business. But all you're doing is replacing one for another. We're never progressing. We're never making a step forward. You just sold Oxlade-Chamberlain for 40 million. You were selling Alexis for 60 million. So buying Lamar, you were actually making an 8 million profit. Let's look at the reality of it. You weren't actually spending 92 million. You were gaining 8 million.
Right, now, you've been using the word you a lot. Obviously talking about Arsene Wenger. But do we look at this transfer window and then realise to ourselves that actually his hands are tied?
No.
Because basically, and reading into what David Ornstein said, just bear with me a second. So reading into what David Ornstein said that, first of all, Stan Kroenke is not willing to spend any of his own money. He thinks that he wants the club to be self-sustaining, right? So the fact that they will, earlier on in the season, like you said, earlier on in the window, they were going to pay 45 million. They were bidding 45 million for Lamar, then it stopped, right? The fact that that stopped there, and then they weren't able to bid, then all of a sudden, as you said, they were going to get this influx of money by selling Alexis for 60 million, and also the Oxlade-Chamberlain money, which is reputed to about 40 million, right? So they could bid, like you said, 92 million and make an £8 million profit. But that shows, like Ornstein said, that what they're going is for a self-sustained. So in other words, Kroenke, the owner of the club, is saying to Arsene Wenger, you had no, maybe that was all the money he gave him, was the money that you could buy Lacazette, and that's money for the transfer fee and wages, and the wages of Kolasinac. Then he said to Wenger, you need to clear a load of these players off the wage bill, get them out, which he did. He got rid of Szczesny, he got rid of all these guys, cleared the lots and lots of money off the wage bill, players sent out on loan left, right and centre. Now there's a little bit of money left, plus the money that's going to come in for 60 million for a player with a year left on a contract. We may as well take it and get someone else. Is this not showing us that actually, even though whatever, put Wenger's tactics and everything from the Liverpool game out the way for a minute, this is not showing us that actually they are not giving him a proper transfer budget to go out there and challenge. He went after Mbappe at the start of the window. He was interested in Mbappe.
There's no chance we're getting him.
But he couldn't bid.
Nah.
And they're saying they can't compete with the Manchester clubs, they can't compete with Chelsea. And the owner is not willing. So, if the owner, if you're the manager of the club, DT, and the owner says to you, I'm not giving you all I'm giving you for this transfer window is the money to buy Lacazette, then if you want any more money, you have to balance up the books, get rid of players and that in order to buy others.
Then Arsene Wenger
That's not Wenger's fault, is it? That is then Kroenke's.
Arsene Wenger should be walking. Arsene Wenger should be walking.
Okay, so if
he should come out and tell the fans that, this is not me. I'm not responsible for this. The owner's not giving me the money that I want. I want this player. I want that player. Stop saying that I won't spend the money because I will, but they won't give me it.
All right, if he walks and a new guy comes in,
then it's going to be the same cycle.
If we've got a new manager, isn't it not going to be the same? Are we going to see? Are we going to see an Arsenal that's ever going to challenge for the league while Stan Kroenke is in charge?
No, never. But it's got to such a point on field that a new manager can't do no worse, right? If we were, we were putting up better fights when we had players like Shamak and Denilson and these type of players in the team compared to what we have now. I think that there's something going on behind closed doors in that dressing room that we are not privy to. Listen, we already know about the fight between Aaron Ramsey and Koscielny at Liverpool. We know about Koscielny starting on Alexis. We know all of these things. We know there was dressing room bust-ups last year between Iwobi and Coquelin. Ornstein's already come out and said Bellerin wanted to leave, had a face-to-face with Wenger and said he wanted to go. Mustafi has said he wants to leave.
Alexis wants
to leave. Mesut Ozil's refusing to sign his contract. Oxlade-Chamberlain's already left. And in his new interview with Liverpool, he's turned around and said one of the reasons why he's gone to Liverpool is because of Jurgen Klopp's man management with players on and off the pitch. Is that not shots fired at Arsene Wenger? Is that not a veiled dig at Arsene Wenger? Come on. And this is the thing, Robbie.
But if you get in Klopp at Arsenal, right, he might be able to motivate the players and get us playing better football. But with the current squad and a lack of budget, would he be able to win the league?
Liverpool ain't got a bigger budget than us.
Yeah, but Liverpool haven't won the league either.
No, I know. But
what I'm saying is
Jurgen Klopp's only been there for a year and a half, 2 years, yeah? You saw last week, 2 weeks ago, just how good they are starting to look. Now he's starting to make his own stamp and his own impression on the team. He's bringing in his players. And that was without Coutinho in the team, who they've managed to keep. I feel that Liverpool are probably a top draw goalkeeper and a centre-back away from probably winning the league. If they would have gone out and got Van Dijk, for example, and you got and they bought Keita as well.
This is the thing why a lot of these teams like us don't win the league, because we always stop short. So Liverpool have stopped short, as you said. They didn't get Van Dijk. They didn't get this. We stopped short. We didn't get a holding midfielder. We didn't get a defender.
But we don't go for them,
right? Whereas City, Man United, Chelsea, they go and get exactly what they need, or they at least try to. Now, this guy's saying, basically, that it's going to be self-sustainable, and I'm not putting none of my money in. So what I'm wanting to, we can have this big debate about Wenger, the rights and wrongs, his tactics, everything like that.
Yeah.
But is anybody going to be able to take this team? Is anybody going to be able to do? Because basically, what they're saying is they're relying on a manager coming in and doing a Leicester to win the league.
It isn't going to happen. It really isn't. But like I said to you, I feel that a new manager will get a lot more out of these players. We've got a seriously good squad, and starting 11,
a lot more out of them. In what would the new manager get us to? What would the new manager achieve?
Better tactics.
No, what?
Right? No. Ultimately,
I know that, but
ultimately challenging.
Ultimately,
this squad should be challenging, and with a bit of luck along the way, it doesn't matter what squad you've got.
So with the same team,
but whether you've got Man City squad or whether you've got our squad, you need luck along the way. You don't win titles just, like that. You've got to have luck. Refereeing decisions, controversy and all this kind of stuff. It all falls out and evens itself out over the course of the season. And you need to have that bit of luck. You've got to be lucky with injuries as well. Make sure that your key players can stay fit for long periods, play the matches. So, like I said, on any given day, our 11 can beat any team. They showed it against Man City last year. They showed it against Chelsea last year. We could beat anyone. That's as simple as that. But over the course of 38 games, something is going on within that club that we are not privy to. And I just feel that another manager would give those players a new sense of purpose, a new motivation, a new drive, a new hunger. All them type of things that they look like they are not getting. It's not a coincidence, Robbie, that every time we go into the big games, we're getting battered. Every single time. Liverpool's not a one-off. Yeah, we got Chelsea next weekend. I'm already dreading that because I'm thinking, what am I going to be coming out of the stadium like? My mind isn't even... You can be the most eternal optimist as a fan, and I could do my prediction shows, for example, every single week for the whole season, and I will predict Arsenal are going to win every single week because my heart's telling me we can win every game. But in reality, I'm just lying. Because when I do my preview next week at Chelsea, I'll say that I feel we can get something. I'll say that I think that maybe this could be different. And then when I come out afterwards, I'll be sitting there going, Robbie, bullshit, rubbish, look at the same old crap. And this is the fact. And it's the fact, it's the fact that we don't even go to these grounds no more. And we put up a fight. We don't even match them. If you
remember back in the day, we go to these grounds
and we used to slap teams up.
We were confident of winning. Now you don't go. I don't even go to the small grounds nowadays, feeling
exactly. And that's the thing.
Which is the bad thing about it.
The whole team just looks so void of ideas. They just look. Wenger needs to scrap this three at the back now. All right, he tried it for that period last season. He did what he had to do. But what you've got to remember is that you can't sit there and say to me the four at the back didn't work, right? Because you've got to look at the course of the season. After the first game of the season, when we had the normal four. We went unbeaten in 20-odd games, something like that. And then something key happened. Mustafi got injured. And then we lost the game. And then it went tits up. And everything went all over the place. So with Koscielny and Mustafi as your two centre-backs, worked really well at the initial period. And we went nearly 20-odd games, something like, I can't remember the exact amount. But we went a long period in all competitions, not losing games. So go back to basics. Go back to a flat four.
I'd like to see that.
But what I would like to see is a 4-3-1-2 is what I want. And I want three...
With our midfield.
No, but this is what I'm saying. I want 3 centre midfielders.
Okay.
And the reason why I've said this is because Aaron Ramsey's got a habit of disappearing all the time, without fail. He just disappears. Off you go, bye-bye, see you
Apart
later.
from when he's playing for Wales.
Yeah, but
he scored again last night.
And, you know, he disappears. And what happens is when the ball breaks down, their midfield is then 2 against 1.
Would you drop Xhaka?
No.
He's been terrible so far.
But I think he's been left isolated and
If
exposed.
players playing rubbish, don't you drop him? That's what happens, isn't it?
No, because he is a quality player. But at the same time, it's just, you know, I think that he's been badly managed and badly left exposed. He's, you know...
Yeah, but one of his jobs is to stop the back four from getting exposed.
Yeah, I know, but he can't do it on his own.
Yeah, but he keeps giving the ball away.
I know, because the ball's being given to him in stupid situations. Liverpool, no, listen to me. Liverpool, we got the ball on the edge of our own box. It was a free kick, if I remember. And I'm like, right, settle down for a couple of seconds. You know, Liverpool just had a chance a moment ago where Petr Cech made an unbelievable save. Calm yourselves down, relax.
What does he do? He gets the ball and chips it to one of their players.
No, the ball was played into him, like 5 yards away. What are you doing? Don't give it to him in such a dangerous area. Just clear your line.
Professional footballers.
No, I know, but Robbie,
I've just been with my son, right, and they've been training tonight, right, and it's all about receiving the ball under pressure.
I know, but at certain times when things are going wrong, back to basics. Back to basics. I would play Granit Xhaka there. Now, this is the thing. My preview's out tomorrow, I believe. But one of the things that I'm going to say is I want Jack Wilshere back in the team. I really do. I think he's fit enough.
But yeah,
well, he is.
This could be. It's funny enough you say that because we were talking about this today. This could be actually a season where Jack could re-establish himself.
Exactly.
It's an international year. If we've kept him, we may as well get him back into that team as soon as possible playing. And if we can get the real Jack Wilshere playing, it will be like a new signing.
You know what? Shut up.
But he's an exceptional player.
He is the closest thing to Santi Cazorla we've got in terms of like he can get out of them little tight spaces and you know. And I know it's only the under 23s, but I was watching them games when he's been playing and stuff. And the one thing that stands out about Jack Wilshere is everything's forward thinking. Forward, quick. And he splits the midfields open because of his quick-mindedness. Now, I can't remember where it was, but last week I see him leave a post on Instagram. I can't remember whose it was. Someone was doing like an academy thing or something, another footballer. And Jack Wilshere made a comment on there saying, have you got room for a ex-international 25-year-old that's fully fit and can't get a game or something? The boy's ready. He can play. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like...
I'd love to see him back in there. And I think he'll be hungry and he'll be wanting to... And Jack Wilshere is just the type of guy that we need right now that is going to...
He put himself about.
He will be playing with the heart that we want to see.
And it might be a good time to throw him in against Bournemouth because he was there on loan last year.
But will he be fit? That's the thing. I mean, you know what?
I think he is fit.
I'm going to ask you about Bournemouth. Just before I get to Bournemouth, I wanted to get your opinion on this Oxlade-Chamberlain thing. You said about the interview he's done for Liverpool.
Yeah.
I saw some of your posts about Oxlade-Chamberlain. I thought you used to like the guy, man.
Cowabunga! He's a Ninja Turtle, man.
All of a sudden now you're calling him a Ninja Turtle. And come on, Ox was all right, man. I mean, listen.
I know. We're all
upset that he's
listen,
left.
I know Ox watches ArsenalFanTV, and if he watches this, you're a prick. All right, it's as simple as that, yeah. Because he's a Judas, all right. And I'll tell you why, right? Listen to me, yeah.
Come on,
He spent 6 years at Arsenal. For about 5 of those, he spent most of it on the treatment table. All right, when he was playing the worst, when he was in the worst form and he was in and out because of injuries, we stuck by him. Bit like Van Persie in many respects. That we've spent so many years helping him, develop him, and sticking by him. He has half a good season. Remember this, half a good season. And he's turning down 180 grand a week. And he's demanding that he wants to play centre midfield.
He's gone for less money. That just shows you that it's not... you can't call him a money grabbing.
No. That's fine. That's fine.
He's gone for less money, and he's saying, "Listen, I want to play in a team." That he's sort of siding with you in a way. He's saying that I want to play for a team that's on the way up.
But he's still a prick. And he thinks, right, he actually thinks that he's getting in the centre midfield of Liverpool. He isn't getting in the centre midfield.
It's really funny, actually, that, he's playing for England the other night. Where's he playing? Right wing.
Exactly. And where did his shot go?
And where
top tier.
Yeah, and where is England's area of weakness? Central midfield. And I was thinking, but then he might be looking at it and thinking, if I can get to play in the central midfield at Liverpool, I can get into that position playing for England.
Because Nathaniel Klein's now out until 2018, so we already know where he's going.
Well, there's quite a few right backs there. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't want to hate on the guy, man. I mean, listen, I always hate to see Arsenal players
I personally
leave,
think that
but I don't think I think there's certain ways in which you can leave a club. I don't know if he's left in a horrible way. He's dissed the fans. Do you think he has?
No, not the fan. I think he has. It is disrespectful, and I think that he has let the fans down because I warmed to him so much last year. Because anyone who knows me knows, and there's videos out there that can even verify this. But I've been one of Ox's biggest critics beforehand, and he's so frustrating. He annoys the hell out of me. And even at times last year when he was in his good parts, he still annoyed me because his end product was still crap.
There's still not enough end product.
And it was what stood out for me last year was that when we was going through them really bad times and we felt such a disconnect from the players and stuff, he seemed to be one that was trying to reconnect the fans, and that.
That's why I was surprised.
And that was the thing. And I just feel let down by it. I feel, fair enough if he wants to go and try and further his career, and we can say that Liverpool go in places, and they do look like they're going places and stuff, but something's gone on there. You listen to his comments.
Puts a lot of pressure now on Theo Walcott.
Well, yeah.
Because now Theo Walcott is going to see more game time. Fans have been quick to get on his case, and he's really going to have to deliver now.
Yeah.
Also offers up a chance to players like Reece Nelson, who's looked really good in the little times of what he's come in. Maybe there might be the time to throw this kid in. He's
look at the last time that we threw a 17-year-old in the team because we had to, with Cesc Fabregas. The rest is history.
And look at some of the youngsters that have been thrown in other clubs like Rashford and people in Mbappe. So who knows? Maybe we could see the emergence of a...
He just really looks like a real talent.
Yeah, I love seeing players come through that academy. I know they've got great players.
He's got a football brain, Reece Nelson. Yeah. He's got a football brain. He really has, and you can see it. And I made a comment to you in one of the videos earlier on in the season. I think it was one of the friendly games, actually. It might have been the Emirates Cup, and I was talking about Reece Nelson, and I said...
You didn't even know who he was, man.
Of course I know who he was, man.
You're easy to wind up, ain't you?
Ah, man, I know, because his boots, he's got exclusive boots. Now, they Adidas glitch boots. Now, no professional footballers have these boots. Diego Costa wanted a pair of them, and they refused him. Now, these boots are specially made for grassroots players and stuff like that. And grassroots players that are at professional clubs and stuff. And I went to one of the events year and a half or so ago, something like that, because my son being at a professional club and grassroots, he's part of it as well, and he's got those boots and stuff. And Reece Nelson was one of the big names that everyone was talking about at this event. And I believe that he is the only player in the Premier League that wears those glitch boots. So they're like a new style boot. You actually got like an insole that you put on, and then the outside slips on over the top of that, so you can constantly change the outer sole all the time. And they're about 22, 23 outside shells to it. So I should know because they cost an absolute fortune. But I knew who he was, but seeing him, it's like, wow, this boy really has got some talent. And I said to you, and that's the thing, and I said to you in the video what I was saying, that I said to you in that video, I said, he's got end product. That he knows that when he crosses a ball, it's not just whacked across, which is what I felt Oxen, Bellerin and people like that do. It's just hit and hope. And every one time out of 5, they'll get their man, and it's like, yay. But yet, he looks like he knows where he's going to put that pass, and it's on the money.
Okay, listen, it's the game this week. No more international break. We're back to the real. Now, it's a very important game. We're only like the 4th game into the season. Bournemouth at home. Now, if I was
it's a relegation battle.
Now, if I was Eddie Howe, I'd say to my players, right, you go there, man, and just, go for it, man, and give these guys a lot of problems, because you know what? If we do put them under any pressure, their fans are going to turn on them, because the fans are so unhappy at the moment with Arsenal. this is not going to be an easy game.
No.
We was there last year, the 3-3. I know it was away from home, but we remember that game.
Yeah, don't we?
You know, they really put the frighteners up Man City. Man City scoring in the last second of that game the other day to beat Bournemouth. Right, they're a good team going forward. The Defoe, King. They've got good players. Now, this ain't going to be an easy game.
No, it isn't. I feel that this is the kind of game where we need a goal within the first 5-10 minutes to settle the nerves of everyone, because I think everyone's nervous. Everyone's petrified right now. And it's whether you're Wenger in or out or neutral or whatever, everyone as a fan is petrified. And it's kind of, you know, for argument's sake, if we go 1-0 down, oh, Jesus Christ, that place is going to be so bad. It's going to be...
Is it time, actually, for the fans now? Listen, I've been so upset, right? Just as much as you've been and all of us have been. But do we have to now get behind the team? I think Arsene Wenger's come out and said, come on. You know,
that comment.
The sort of atmosphere... But is it time for the fans now when we go there this week? Because as I said, you know what I mean, it does affect players. It does affect players, whether we think that's true or not. We can have our say on things, but when we get to that ground, the fans, we need to get behind the team. The team does need it. They need us as well, don't they?
Yeah, of course the players need us. Yeah, and I've said all along that I support Arsenal, not Arsene. I don't need to support him. I support the players on that pitch for 90 minutes. And there were times last season when, you know, you lost it during a game, like Crystal Palace, when you felt that you had to voice your opinion. There was no support in that anymore. It was too far gone. But we supported them all the way at Liverpool. You know, right up till the third goal. The fans were 100% behind the team, even if you knew and you were just watching it unfold. You were like, oh, not again. But the fans were still going. The fans were still going. The fans were still going. And then when the game finished, the fans voiced their opinions and started singing.
But do you think that'll be the case this week? If, like you said, for instance, we went 1-0 down, which could happen. Bournemouth are a decent team.
Yeah, well, the thing is, the Emirates is a really, really strange place, and it's, you know, it's full of so many tourists. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but do half of them understand? Do half of them really care in that sense? Because you've got some fans, it's natural, but you know, I know some fans that are like, it's just a game, it's all right, I'll just go home and get on with my life. We lose on Saturday, my weekend's done. I ain't talking to no one. My missus is getting locked in the basement. It's like, do you know what I mean? It's like, waiting for someone to turn that into a meme now, isn't it? But it was like, you know what I mean? And it's just like, I feel like everything, it's like, no, it means so much to me. I don't want us to lose. I hate it. And it's... The Emirates is a weird place, man. And it's just so difficult to get an atmosphere going in there. And the club, again, are not helping. You know, I spoke to the club about a drum and stuff. They're not having it. They're not having it. And they're talking about they've had someone that had a drum before and... You know, they got abused. And I'm like, yeah, let's see how long someone would abuse me for on Twitter. Do you think I care?
They abuse you without a drum.
Exactly. So you imagine me with a drum. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day...
Something has to be done about it.
Yeah, because they're not doing anything about it. I hear that egghead, Ivan Gazidis, every single time come out with the same spiel, the same rubbish. And he talks the talk. But does he ever pull it into action? Does he ever do anything about it?
But we don't need a drum this week to get behind the team.
No, we don't.
It's going to be difficult because of all what's gone on. I do think at the moment the fans are really against the whole club at the moment. You know what I mean? Some of the things that... That's why I've been in total disbelief with some of the things that have come out.
I also believe the media playing a massive part in our problems.
In what way?
Because of the negativity, the certain things that they're saying, right? In one sense, Robbie, yeah.
But you could say that
no.
People argue that we're part of that. People argue.
Oh, they can argue. At the end of the day,
hold on. People argue and say that we do that as well. You know what I mean? People say that by having fans being negative on ArsenalFanTV, that's not helping as well. My argument is always that, well, we're just being real, and I can't sugarcoat it if fans are unhappy.
Yeah, of course.
And I think it's easy for the media at the moment because you just cannot find a fan at the moment probably apart from Ty, that it can be positive about Arsenal because, and this is what's upset me, this transfer window, because I just felt there's such a missed opportunity to get the fans on board and excite them with some exciting. I saw the excitement in fans' faces when we signed Lacazette. And if we'd have only followed it up with a couple more, you know, even losing to Liverpool, I think fans would have been like, well, hold on. You know, I'm excited in the next home game to see Neymar. Not that that would ever happen, but you know, I mean, can you imagine if PSG fans going to games, they're buzzing. Yeah. Right. There's nothing. We've got nothing to buzz about at the moment, and even the players, those exciting players that we've got, we ain't even playing them.
No, no. And
so
that's the thing, Robbie. It's like at the end of the day, I've got a right to voice my opinion because I'm a paying fan. I've been going a long time, and if I want to voice my opinion, I will. If I'm not voicing my opinion on ArsenalFanTV, I'll be voicing my opinion in the pub. I'll be voicing my opinion on radio stations. It just so happens that ArsenalFanTV's ended up blowing up to some humongous thing that nobody even thought, and our voices get heard by millions of people across the world. But my opinion's never going to change. I say what I see. And if I see shit, I'm going to tell you it's shit. I've been very open and honest with you. And when Wenger's done things right, I've praised him. When he's done wrong, I've said he's done wrong. I've never gone on there and only been negative. Full stop. I've been very, you know what I mean, across the board.
Is it?
But, yeah, go back and watch the videos, man. Shut up.
But
the thing you know what I mean, the thing with the press, like I'm saying, it's like the transfer window closes and one paper's praising Liverpool for keeping Coutinho, and then the same paper's turning around and saying Arsenal are mugs for not letting Alexis go. Well, hold on, they're exactly identical. The only difference is Alexis never actually handed in a transfer request. Remember that?
True. Alexis would only have a year left.
I know, but still, at the end of the day, you can't praise one club for having a hardline stance and then, you know, and then saying the next, and it's the same. And it's people like John Cross as well, Smithers. Oh, I cannot stand the guy because the guy sits there and lies constantly over and over. What's his problem? Has he got another book coming out that he wants to try and sell?
It's a report. He's reporting.
Report the truth. Report the truth then.
He's a reporter.
And all of this media lot wonder why social platforms like ArsenalFanTV are what people go to now. Because what they get is realism. If you ask me, if I was a reporter, people would rather listen to what I'm reporting because they know that I'm not talking shit.
John Cross doesn't just report on Arsenal. He reports on football.
And all of it's shit.
He has to have a sort of, you know, a balanced sort of cross view on various clubs.
This is the same guy at the end of the season that said there's going to be humongous changes at Arsenal. Arsene Wenger's had enough. There's a £200 million, you know, war chest and everything else.
Maybe that's what he was told though. Maybe suppose he was told that.
Listen, John Cross.
No, hold on.
No.
Suppose he was told that.
No, John Cross twists everything. Like when he twisted the Mesut Ozil interview that he had with Kicker magazine, and he turned around and said that Mesut Ozil will only sign his new contract once he knows what Arsene Wenger's doing. Well, that's worked out, isn't it?
Journalists sometimes get fed information from the club. That's a fact, right?
Yeah, and what he feeds us is shit.
So if he's been told that Arsenal are going to spend 200 million and he puts that out there because that's what he's been told, you can't blame the guy for putting that outside there.
Let me in the media.
They won't let you in.
Yeah, they'll let me in the media, man.
They won't let you, especially after this interview. You've got no chance.
Yeah, no, I saw that, man. I'll be all right. I'll be a good reporter. Do you know
Bournemouth,
what I mean?
Are we going to beat Bournemouth?
Nah.
No.
Yeah, I think we'll win this one. I think we will. And then what will happen is that all the flip-flops that want Wenger out and are kind of in between will then go back to wanting him to stay, and he's the greatest manager since sliced bread. And then next weekend we play Chelsea and we'll lose, and they'll go back to wanting him out again. So I don't know. You've already heard. I suppose you've already heard about planned protests and stuff like that.
What's the point?
Well, this is the thing.
Come on, a protest. I know fans are upset.
I'm nothing to do with these. Can I just say that I'm nothing to do with these in the terms that I'm not organising them. I'm nothing to do with it. I agree with the principle of who they're protesting against. But at the same time, it's
who they're protesting against?
Well, you've got two different sets of groups. You've got people that are going after Kroenke hard, and there's a lot of stuff going. And then you've got ones that still don't care. They want Wenger gone.
Now listen, it's a free game. Listen, and I've received, and I understand the frustration of fans. I've had lots of emails calling for boycotts. I've had lots of emails, petitions. I've had lots of emails where people have just had enough, man. It was like literally saying, "I don't even want to support this club no more." It's a lot of frustration, but I do think, I know it's really hard, and I know, I'm going to probably get slated in the comments here, but I do think,
slate him. Make a change from me getting the abuse in the comments.
I do think we've got to get behind the club this weekend.
Yeah, we will do.
We've got to get behind them, right?
We will do.
Let's get behind them. Let's try and see if we can get a win.
Now, can I just...
it has been... I just want to hear some different noise. I just want to hear some... honestly, you know what? It's getting me down, man.
I know. And
I know that Arsenal have just been so rubbish since the season started.
It's hard. It's hard being an Arsenal fan, man. It is hard.
It is early. It can, even though I know it doesn't seem like it can, but it can. We can go on a run or something. They need to do something.
I know.
You know what? As a matter of fact, yes, as fans, we need to get behind the team. But that team,
they need to perform as well.
If they've got anything about them, they need to be in that change rooms on Saturday saying, you know what, lads, when we go out there, we need to give these fans something to cheer about. We need to show these fans that it was a bad start of the season, but not just talk, not just Twitter talk and Instagram posts. We're hurting as well, and we're going to go out there and we're going to fight with our lives to get a win here. That's what I want to see.
No, that's what I want to see. I want to see it as well. And, while we're on the subject of emails, have you received any emails asking you to resurrect your career as Crucial Robbie? Now, we cannot leave this podcast without having a little conversation here about Crucial Robbie, can we?
It's a Crucial Robbie's a long time
ago. A lot of people are obviously very shocked. Now, I am, of course, one of the instigators behind releasing.
Yeah, I thought so.
And of course, I do have a copy of your EP.
One step, 2 step, 3 step, 4 step, 5 step, 6 step. Because you take the coke and you end up mash up. You know start to bleed like tomato ketchup. You have to go to the doctor and get a checkup.
With some songs that people really will never have heard before. Now, and a lot of people, they won't realise.
Trying to hype man up, innit?
Well, because at the end of the day, right, I know where you're from, I know your background, and I know the collective that you were part of with Scully and everything else from back in the day. And obviously, myself being a DJ, and I was part of Love Light. And we all know each other pretty well and everything else. So even though we didn't know each other personally, we come from the same people and that stuff, and I knew who you was, and it was my biggest surprise when it first come out was that it took so long before people realised.
I don't know how we saw this blown up again recently.
Me,
I don't know.
Me. I put the video up. The sniffy coke. That's a joke. It's like, oh mate, the best bit is when you go, I'm sorry. Is all that I can say. You've been coking out your days. It's gonna kill you. It's gonna kill you. You should have smoked Sense It. That is just the lyric. And the best thing is, do you know what? A lot of people, what I think that they're surprised at is how good it actually was.
Hey, listen, man. I went to #1 in the reggae charts.
Proud to be
back
black.
in the day, proud to be black.
Yeah, man.
#1 in the reggae charts.
Yeah.
I performed a reggae Sounds Passage. I used to perform all around Europe and everything. You know, and so those were good days still.
What
but
I am
not.
Wait,
hold on, before you ask, I know what you're going to ask.
Wait, no. Now, this is the same guy that thought he could bring Jose Mourinho up at the start of the podcast. Well, now it's my turn. Now, of course, we were talking about Grenfell, charities and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So what I feel, right, is that, you know, Arsenal Fan TV, of course, we are for the fans, by the fans. Okay, so you need to give the fans what they want. So I feel that for charity...
You planned this one.
Oh, definitely. So for charity, I feel that Crucial Robbie needs to make a comeback.
No.
Now.
I've done my charity bit already the other day,
Listen, man. There's no walking involved. It's just talking this time. Now, I feel I've done a charity single. I've done one.
And even though it's a great cause and that was a good charity single, by the way. But people just start slating you for it.
It doesn't matter. Don't worry about that. What have you always told me, Robbie? Ignore them.
True.
Ignore them.
True.
So, take your medicine right now. Now, we do a charity single, right, where you have to, do a new version of one of your famous songs. And what we'll do is we'll put a poll up of, say, 4 of your songs. Proud to be Black, the Sniff the Coke one. And there's a few others in there. There was one I put up the other day where he was like, it's brilliant. And we'll put them up and we'll let the public decide. And the one that gets picked, what we'll do then is we'll pick a charity, we'll set up a GoFundMe page, and you have to raise a certain amount of money. And if we raise that amount of money, you'll release a new version of it. And it will all
go
Grenfell. Grenfell, any charity that whatever the view, if the view
Grenfell. Am I getting pushed into this?
Well, sorry, mate. Here we go.
We'll do something else for Grenfell, mate. I'm not making a comeback.
Let's
making a comeback.
Let the viewers, of course, have their vote and decide what charity do you think. Obviously, Robbie, he's a man of his word. I know Robbie doesn't want to let down a charitable trust, so I'm sure he will definitely go through with this. So in the comment sections, on Twitter, make sure you get them emails coming in as well, okay? I will put the poll up.
No more podcasts.
I will put the poll up as to what song we're going to...
What poll?
I'm putting a poll up with the list of songs, and the winner is the song that you're going to do. We're then going to pick a charity. We're going to pick a target where, for instance, we raise £5,000. You reach the £5,000 target. Boom! Crucial Robbie makes a comeback. Don't sniff the coke. That's a joke. Yeah! And then you can do that dance again. How's it go? Yeah!
Bold up.
Yes,
listen, we're here to talk about football, not about music. Right? We've come to the end of the show. By the way, do you get paid for this?
Hey, no. I don't get paid for this.
You didn't get paid for it. I heard it's everything True Geordie asked you if you get paid.
Oh, yeah,
do you get paid?
Yeah, do you get paid? No.
By the way, did he pay you for doing that show?
No, I do.
That's funny.
I do things out of the...
I was just a bit funny that he was asking if you get paid for going to ArsenalFanTV, but he didn't pay you for doing that show.
I've said all along, man, it's just, there's this massive myth that you pay us that go on ArsenalFanTV. And
if you are getting, but you ain't getting no pay after dropping that thing about Crucial Robbie, you know what I mean?
I could say now on everything that I've got, right? I'm telling you, not one of us get paid. It doesn't matter whether you're...
You certainly ain't getting paid for this, mate, I'll tell you.
But you think, it doesn't matter whether you're someone like myself or Troops that get, 1 million hits, or you're whether someone that gets 10,000 hits. We're fans. We're all fans. We all love the club. And we're all just as important as each other.
Love that. Thanks for watching the podcast today. Don't forget it's available. It's available right on all formats. Right? You know what? Do whatever you're gonna do, man. This guy now, you set it up, man.
Listen,
yeah. Well, I'm gonna get you back for this. I'm gonna get you back. Thanks for watching.